What's
What's up?
up? What's up? So here's what's going on this week is we're trying to get the new station finally on the air by the weekend and then on the boosters by first part of next week, which puts us back into the valley on a radio frequency.
We will be so happy to.
That's just
It has been very good that we've been doing so much on the social media side. I mean, it's you already were doing a great job of it, but with this break, well, and we've talked about it before. You have to do it in conjunction with radio, with broadcast radio these days. You can't survive just by doing broadcast radio anymore. But it's definitely given us a chance to hone in a lot on the digital side of things. So it's been good in that respect.
that'll continue to.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get stuck somewhere without a radio or whatever, you'll still be able to pull us up the other way. We're not abandoning that.
Nope.
All right, time for our morning TMZ update and a lot of stuff about Whitney Houston up in there.
Yeah. Well, should we just go with what the latest is, what they're talking about?
Yeah.
It's looking like she probably died from Xanax and some other prescription drugs mixed with alcohol. That's what it's looking like at this point. The coroner's office came out, though, and is trying to dispel any rumors right now until they get the toxicology reports back. But you said that you had seen something about
Somebody in the family's talking to TMZ.
yeah. Now her aunt was the one that found her. She said that she had put her dress on the bed for that night, left her alone for about a half an hour, and then went in and found her and pulled her out. But you were saying that they didn't find enough water in her lungs that it would have been a drowning in the bathroom.
Again, then that comes from a family member to TMZ, allegedly.
Right. So anyhow, the rumors are going to be fast and furious for a little while.
We won't know for sure until the toxicology report comes back.
But Harvey and the gang over there at TMZ will be the first to let us know, I'm sure, man.
They were on it.
Yeah, they always are.
You know, everybody makes fun of them. And yeah, if you watch that 30-minute show they do every day, it's hardly breaking news. It's just them running into stars at various locations.
It's a great show.
It's a great show. It's a lot of fun. Their comments are actually the best thing about it, the comments they make.
And they bust on each other all the time,
But the website, when there's an entertainment story, they broke the news about Michael Jackson, and nobody else would touch it as a done deal. And they were right, and they've just done this consistently. So, as a matter of fact, they had so many people that went to their website when it first happened. I got a text message that she had died, and I immediately went to TMZ, and I couldn't get on the website.
It just loaded down.
Yeah.
They're the official source these days. Interesting side note, too, the Conrad Murray, Michael Jackson's physician, I guess. The drugs that Michael Jackson was getting his prescriptions filled out over in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Same one that Whitney was getting her stuff filled
out. Right.
I've
got that's in my collection of photos on my Facebook page if you want to go look. We took some pictures of that pharmacy yet.
I don't know how long that pharmacy is going to be around. You know?
It's like almost right next door to Mr. Chow. You hear about that place a lot. The stars go to eat. It's like right next door to that in Beverly Hills.
Go get some Xanax, go out for some foods, and hey, sure, yeah, that's the LA way.
So the Lindsay Lohan story, I really feel kind of bad for her, and here's why. I think she's been doing a good job.
She's been
keeping
trying to
a
stay
low profile and do the things she's supposed to do to be out from under all these charges and be done with it once and for all. So she says so she can go back to work. And I have no reason to doubt that at this point because the judge has been really telling her she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
So she moved. She had a stalker show up at her place in Venice. She moved.
That was a few weeks ago now.
Right.
So
and some idiot mover.
Yeah. Decided to take pictures of her possessions and put them up for sale, as well as where she may be moving to and the location of her storage unit. So,
said her people are trying to find out who did it.
Right.
And what are they going to do? Offer to pay that person off or kick his ass?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I mean, if she still had her ex-girlfriend, then I would say that she'd go over and kick her ass. But I have no idea.
But I feel bad for her because I mean, if she's trying to keep a low profile. You don't want some knucklehead like that screwing the whole thing out. Some mover guy.
But you get being down in Venice was her first bad move.
So if you've driven down Ocean Boulevard at all in the last 2 or 3 months, Santa Monica through Venice, you've driven right by her place. She's right there
on the street. I mean, there's no seclusion whatsoever. So, speaking of ex-girlfriends, Kim Kardashian's been filmed hanging out with Reggie Bush again.
And she said she was done with football players, remember? Which kills me because she said everybody was saying, well, because everything was bad with Reggie Bush, so she was done with football players ever since then because she supposedly was with Mark Sanchez. Now, they forget that she dated Miles Austin of the Cowboys for a while.
That's true.
So it wasn't Reggie Bush that did it, and Miles couldn't stand the
notoriety. Yeah, and you guys didn't need that after the Tony Romo thing from a few years ago. So,
well, and Miles was a no-show this season.
Yeah, hey, I don't know what happened with that.
Here's my Miles Austin impersonation from the 2011 NFL season. Miami, Miami, oh, Miami.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't bucking up. That's for sure. Man.
Miami.
He needs to, that's one thing that I will give to your quarterback over there, Tony Romo. Man, that guy can play injured. He'll buck up when he needs to. Yeah,
he had broken ribs. He was playing with broken ribs. Right.
So
actually did better when he had broken ribs than whenever he didn't have broken ribs.
Yeah, he tends to play better when he's actually injured, huh? One of those odd things. He's got the Rocky syndrome, you know.
Here, Tony. Come here. Lay you out.
Well, that's about it for TMZ News. I mean, it's basically all Whitney all day long on TMZ. So we'll fill you in more on it later. The one song that I will say that popped into my head with Whitney wasn't one of her top hits. It was actually 1991 when she sung the Star Spangled Banner.
So it was very, very good.
Yeah,
it was very good.
And one of the best renditions I've ever heard before. So,
all right, well that's it for today.
All right,
we'll be back with our special Valentine's Day edition tomorrow.
Yay!
I don't know what that means for us.
I'm not participating this year, so I'll just go in and talk about it.
Criticize.
Nope, no criticizing.
Like my trade.
Y'all, I didn't criticize. I was very diplomatic about that, you know.
Just the fact that you have to qualify what you said with that I was diplomatic is a judgment of the trade.
Well, I said we'd have to see how it panned out. You'll be all right. Pitchers and catchers are showing up next week.
This week.
Oh,
Thursday and Friday. Next week, all the other players, and then they start working out, and then they start playing each other.
Not good without sports going on around here, and basketball doesn't count. So whatever, man.
I'm gonna try this week to get into college basketball.
All right, you do that.
I'm gonna try.
All right, you have fun with that. You watch.
Well, I got to get a little interest because I do follow the tournament.
Once it gets to the brackets, then I'm good.
I'm usually not really into it until the 16. But you know what?
Yeah,
last year I went on ESPN and did a pick for the whole 64.
You did pretty good last year.
And I ended up doing pretty well, but it also got me engaged with the whole tournament. So it was kind of cool. So I may do that again this year.
I always wait until the Sweet 16.
You should go do it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I will.
You know, a lot of those games you can watch online.
Yeah, I'm just not that interested. So, you know, I grew up in San Diego. What does San Diego know about basketball?
SDSU.
Yeah, Bill Walton came from there. Okay, great. Yay.
Everybody have a great day.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later. We will see ya.